All right, so in chapters 4, 5, and 6 of the Harry Wong book, I had a few important points that came up from the reading. So, first off, with chapter 4, the effectiveness of the teacher determines the level of the student achievement. I found that just interesting because I see that because we have different teachers that teach the same program, but they have different skill levels when they came into the program. So I can see how the achievement changes. And then also the effective teachers are problem solvers. That one really hit close to home with me because, especially in the construction industry, we have to do a lot of problem solving. It's one of our main skills that we have to use. And then the teacher expertise accounts for the greater difference in student performance of up to 40%. And that kind of piggybacks on the last point that I made, but you can see that when a teacher thoroughly knows their content area inside out, the achievement of the students just goes up. Chapter 5, the important takeaways that I had, student achievement and success are why teachers teach. And that was kind of like an aha moment. I guess I haven't heard it put in that way, but it does like echo why I teach. I'm super happy when my students go on to be successful, and it's just one of the intrinsic values that I get from teaching. And then research improves student data. I guess I kind of could figure that, but until reading the why and the hows and just how it makes you more prepared as an instructor and the kids feed off that, that was an important point for me. Chapter 6, this one again kind of builds off some of the previous ones that I talked about, but the expectations of your students really impacts their achievement in your class. And so I saw that, when I was in school, teachers that would give me responsibility, I would want to come through for them and I would want to make them proud, where other teachers would kind of like, I'm going to put you in this group so they can help you, and then I would sit in the group and not do anything. And I look at that almost like the expectations. When they expected more of me, I showed up with more. Expectations should not be confused with standards. That's a big one. Standards are levels of achievement. Expectations are what we put on each student, and they are different. Although we have expectations that align with the standards, do have to keep in mind that those are separate. As far as new knowledge, the humans having a success instinct, that was pretty interesting to read about. I had never heard it put in those terms before, but it does make sense. It kind of shows how we've evolved from discovering fire to having all of the discomforts engineered out of our world today. And then also, a student who has an outstanding teacher will remain ahead of their peers for the next few years. To me, that was big. And just looking at my past, I had an outstanding science teacher, and I'm still naming items off the periodic table, which I really don't need to know, but it did put me ahead of my peers. And then the last, what questions did I have that surfaced from this reading? It plays really off the last statement that I made. If having an outstanding teacher will put you ahead of your peers for the next few years, what impact do you have when you have a subpar teacher? Are you behind your peers for the next several years? Just really wondering what impacts that has. Thank you.